All right. Kelly, hey, how was your day?
Good. It's been
Yeah,
busy.
I can imagine. Um, but okay, so we're live here. Um, Angela, hey Angela. All right, so I'm happy you're able to join us live today. And if you're watching the replay, type replay. If you're watching, comment. You guys know I love interacting with you guys. Kelly, I know you've been following me for a while now, and we're finally reconnected.
Yeah.
So kind of tell me about yourself as a teacher and your experience in the classroom. How long have you been teaching, etc.?
So I've had my license since like 2009. But I've actually been teaching for 6 years. I just completed my 6 year. And all of them have been with pre-K. And I've had the same co-teacher. I've been lucky enough to have the same co-teacher for all 6 years.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've been at the same center. That kind of goes along with having the same co-teacher.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing that she was with you for all those years.
Yeah. Yeah, before I came along, she had like a new lead every single year. So when I came, she was like, "You're not going anywhere."
I love it. I love it. So why don't you tell us about your biggest struggles you had before you started working with me, how you were feeling at that time, a little bit more about that.
This past year, we just had a lot of behavioral issues, a lot of just not listening. I felt almost like I just wasn't being heard. I feel like we didn't have a whole lot of parent involvement this year either. And I felt lost. Like I just felt like I'm 6 years in, and I didn't feel before this year like my teaching experience, or like I felt like I was a good teacher, and then this year came along and just kind of like was like, no, you're not. And it really was starting to make me question it. So that's why I reached out and was like, hey, like I need help.
Yes. Yeah.
I, I was really starting to struggle and question myself big time.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you reached out. And the thing is, so many teachers feel the same way, and not like it's not like how things are going to be. My program is online, and we focus on all aspects you need to be successful in your classroom. We work with behavior management. We worked with classroom arrangement. We worked with transitions, daily transitions, and we worked with parent involvement. And I showed you how important parent involvement in your classroom. Um, so how did all of those different pillars of my program you with your journey from where you were before you started to where you were when you ended?
So I wish I could have started with you at the beginning of the school year so that I would have been able to have all of this in my toolbox for this past year. Unfortunately, as I started talking to you too late to help really with last school year, but there were some things that I actually was able to implement like within this past school year before it was over. But like the parent involvement, that'll come next year, but I have a whole lot of that in my toolbox now. And I know I told you that's kind of going to go into my PDP goal for next year, so I'm super excited about that. But as far as like the classroom management, there were small things here and there that I tried to start implementing this year. But I like how you broke everything down into steps, so I didn't feel like extremely overwhelmed, like everything was just thrown at all at once. Like you broke everything down and made it easy, and you gave me lists for everything so that I could just follow along nice and easy. Like that was nice to have it nice and organized.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly work on everything.
Mm-hmm. And I know there are a couple of times where, and this can be common with anybody in their schedule, because we're freaking out because it's like, oh my gosh, I have to make this coaching session, and then XYZ came up in my personal life. So how am I supposed to struggle? I signed up for this, but I can't make it, or like I'm going to make it, but I'm going to miss something else in the background. So like, oh my gosh, what do I do, right? Or somebody got sick or something. So how did having an online coach or trainer help get you through those life events that came up?
I'm pretty sure it was a weekly thing that I met you, and I was like, hey, my son has this training, or my son has that, or I've got this. So it was very nice that you were flexible, and it was like, hey, no problem, like we can move it to this day, or we can bump it to this time, or does this work for you? I think we even did a Saturday once, which I would never, expected from somebody. Like, those are your days, but you even opened it up to do a Saturday for me, which was awesome. So it was just, the flexibility of the program was awesome. It was never oh well, you can't meet me this day, then that's on you, that's oh well. So that was amazing to be able to, I wasn't stressed like, oh gosh, like I've got to figure out how to get him here and there with somebody else because I've got this to meet. Like I was like, okay, hey Tiffany, I've got this going on, how can we work around it? And you were more than willing to work with me on anything, because like I said, I'm pretty sure it was
It's okay. We made it through. We made it.
yeah.
What happens with a lot of people is we have like an all or nothing mentality where you want to get it all this information in at one time. And what happens is we'll fall off because it's so much information. We get so overwhelmed. We're unable to complete what we set out to complete. There were goals, what we intended to get like completed, and there's nobody there to push us through, right? So what happens is we end up quitting, and we don't meet the goals, our classroom goals that we want to get. So I want to teach people, that it's okay that things come up. It's life, things come up, but we can still get it done together. When we work together, then we can help you reach those goals on your accord, on your time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my program is a little bit different, and I like to focus on not just teaching you how to transform your classroom, but how to make a difference with you getting things done in your classroom, like all the aspects, the parent involvement, the engagement, and how to get your students engaged. That's very important. So before Kelly, before you came to me, you felt like you were struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And how was this affecting you? Like, why don't you tell us, how you felt at that time in the beginning?
Stressed out, in the classroom, at home. Like it was one of those things where I couldn't just leave it at work. It was coming home with me because I was constantly, on Google or on Pinterest or in the multitude of different pre-K groups that I'm in, trying to find different ideas and techniques or transition ideas, anything that I could try to find to try and implement into helping myself through this school year, which is why I say I wish I would have found you or come to you sooner. I found you because I've been following you for a few years now.
Yes.
But I was just stressed, and it was affecting me mentally and, emotionally, and like everything. Like I was starting to take it out on my husband and my kids and just snapping, and I just didn't like where I was, like in my headspace and everything, because I couldn't just leave it at work like I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yep. I get it. So how about you tell us how you're feeling now? So that was how you felt before the program.
Yeah.
And worked with me for the 4 weeks, 5 weeks. How are you feeling now?
I'm excited, very excited for I've already kind of like started putting little things together. Like it's summertime, but I'm super excited for next school year and getting things together and like having little plans. Like this is what we're gonna do here and this is what we're gonna do there. I just need my class schedule. Like I need to know the times for my kids with their schools so that I can know my class time so I can fully figure stuff out. But I'm really excited to like fully be able to implement, because like I said, I started everything with you at the end with this time, so I didn't get to like do everything and see how it would truly work in the room. So I'm excited to actually fully implement everything this coming school year.
Awesome. Awesome. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. And the thing about the program that we went through is, you know, there were different things that I taught you that you can do after the program was over so that you could keep on going on with your journey, figure out these things in your classroom, right? So I'm so pumped for you, Kelly. I'm so excited that I had the opportunity to work with you. I have some people who are on the fence about joining the program or thinking about it. And they're hesitant to take it, which I'm sure you know you were in the beginning too as well. So what would you tell those people about joining the coaching program and investing in themselves?
Just do it. Just do it. It's, you know, a lot of time you spend all this money on other random things for your classroom. You might go to Target. I know I live at Target like any other teacher, I'm sure, especially right now they're putting all the new things in the $5 and dollar bins and stuff. You go to Target and you'll drop however much money in those bins for stuff that you don't even know if you're going to use. Whereas coming to you and spending the money on something that I know is going to help me in the future, and just do it. Like, put the money on yourself, hold the money for the kids for a little bit, put the money on yourself. Like, it is totally worth it.
Right. And you're talking about the money aspect and the time aspect too, the time that it takes you to do all that stuff that you could be having to yourself, you know, that's for yourself, and not spinning your wheels trying to figure out what works. So I'm so glad that you are here to share your story, Kelly. I really appreciate you. So if you're feeling the same way like Kelly felt before, or if you're feeling like that now, and you're ready to take your classroom to next level, your classroom manager next level, comment me, and I'll actually reach out to you to see if you will be a good fit for our program. So I just want to thank you again for coming on, and I can't wait to hear more about your journey, Kelly, upcoming school year in August, and figuring out and implementing all the strategies that I taught you into your classroom and seeing the amazing difference that it makes year after year. So I appreciate you, Kelly. So So how do you feel overall with everything in the program?
I'm very excited. I appreciate everything. And another thing, like, I like that you didn't just say like, okay, the program's done, goodbye. Like, you were like, I'm still here for you. So
here's a nugget. By the way, here you go. You should do this.
Yeah, you're still here. Like, you even said, you know, if you need to jump on another coaching call if you have a question, we can jump on a call. So that's awesome. So I really appreciate it all.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to work with you, Kelly. I appreciate you, love you, and we'll be in touch soon.
Yes.
All right, talk to you later. Have a great one.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.